Speak life over yourself, not death. And understanding that Proverbs chapter 18, verse 21, which states that the tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruit. You can speak life into yourself as well as others by using words to uplift, inspire, and affirm worth. It shifts the focus from criticism to encouragement. By doing this, you can boost morale, help yourself or someone else to overcome self-doubt and foster stronger, a more supportive relationship with self and others. Affirming identity and potential instead of focusing on lack. Call out the hidden strengths and divine potentials. Express sincere gratitude by telling yourself or others what you appreciate. Offering hope in difficult seasons. Validate yourself and others' feelings and offer a supportive presence. Speaking words of honor publicly, privately. Praise yourself and others' character to build trust and deep respect. You can be a mirror to yourself and others. So as I was saying, like, we all have things that we don't like about ourselves, right? And we curse our own selves about not liking the things that we don't like about ourselves, okay? But my thing is, you can fix it. You can find ways to improve it, what you don't like, such as your weight. If anybody's suffering with their weight, figure out how you can combat that and improve your body if that's what you have issues with. Or like your hair, you know? Find ways to find a style that fits you. Or your circumstance, you know? Like with me, I'm going to give you an example of me, you know? I had 2 small kids. My son was like probably 9 and my daughter was 6, right? And I struggled with daycare. Even though I had my mom, it was difficult with her helping me. So I had to rely on myself, you know? So I figured out, I was like, okay, I have to work around my children. I figured out a plan. So I decided to drive a cab. And that was before Uber started, you know. I was the only woman driving a yellow cab. And I lived in Arizona at that time. And the first thing those dudes was doing to discourage me, ain't nobody gonna respect you. Look, I already know. I'm from Illinois. I don't assume someone is gonna respect me. I demand the respect. You know, and I still move forward. I didn't make them shy away from telling me what was going on. I continue to press forward. You know? And I say within a month, 2 weeks, I got a car. I mean, everything was just falling in place for me. And that's how I knew that I was divinely guided to take care of my kids, due to the fact that I went to one of their food pantries. I tasted canned. The food tasted like canned. They don't even look at expiration dates on their food and their food pantries out there. I was like, wow. And I pray to God, like, I asked him to not allow me to hear my children tell me that they're hungry. And he helped guided me. And I was killing it driving a cab. I made money. And I was the only female. But then it got to the point where they got jealous of me. They started keying my car and all that. I mean, it was crazy. You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm just saying, we have a lot of challenges, but we have to turn to the Most High with every challenge that we have. And that's what I do now. I turn to him with every challenge that I have because he sees all. He knows what our challenges is. And he will give us clarity to overcome them. And he helped me to help myself because I didn't want to rely on public aid. Public aid is like a brick wall. They give you public aid for you to feel comfortable in receiving that and not feeling uncomfortable and trying to get out of that. In which I got out of that. But then when September the 11th came and they started downsizing jobs and stuff, because I was able to pay for my daycare. I was able to do all the things without public assistance, right? So when September the 11th came, my job slowed down the overtime, which I relied on the overtime. And I had to go back to them for help for daycare, the daycare part, right? And they told me that I had to give up I had to really start back at zero to help me with daycare. But I knew right then the devil was a lie. I continued to press forward. I continue to press forward. For the simple fact is that I'm more than a conqueror. I realized that. I'm a warrior in the spirit as well as in the flesh. I realized that. If you give up on yourself, you give up on God. That's why I continue to press forward. No matter what goes on in my life, I still push forward. Because I know I'm resilient. And I'm sure that you guys had a lot of hurdles in your life to overcome. And you know why that is? That's spiritual warfare. Where you constantly going through stuff. But now, I'm used to it. All I know, I have to sit with myself, get clarity of what direction I need to go in life to solve the problem. That's where your intuition come into play. Can't drown it out with alcohol because when you back sober, the problem is still there. That's the thing. Is that we turn to drugs and alcohol because of the problems and not thinking about how do we solve the problem. But I learned to speak life over myself. I'm learning my affirmations, because I knew I was more than a conqueror. I always told myself that. Because why? I'm a female for one, single, had children, Yeah, they got a baby daddy, but that was my choice to walk away. You know, I can't control him if he want to take care of his kids or not. I got to get it on my own out the mud, and that's what I did. And God had me shining without having to shine. It showed. So just know, I'ma always keep my head up high. Look people in the eyes. For why? Because I matter. I'm important too. But the thing is, you have to learn how to speak life over yourself. That's why we all call individuals. We're unique in our own way. Just imagine a world of people looking the same. That's boring. I'm my authentic self, and I will always be my authentic self. I'm not finna be a twin with no one. I learned that to stand out. If I'm gonna be the oddball out, I'm gonna be the oddball out. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for my difference. Because I am different. I'm not trying to be like the masses. I'm trying to be like me. But just understand, don't beat yourself up. You gotta show yourself grace like you show others grace. The ones that really don't deserve the grace, but we still give it. So why you can't give it to yourself? Being patient with yourself. I know I'm not perfect. I know it's days I wake up, I don't know why I'm frustrated. But I know that energy is not mine. And I tell myself, I release all energy that is not mine. I cut all cords to envy, fear, and manipulation. I return all energy to its rightful owner. And I call back my own energy, healed, cleansed, and blessed. I command my energy to come back healed, cleansed, and blessed. It's people that pull on your energy. It's people that don't want to see you win. But you know you're going to win. You got to know it in your heart that you're going to win. Because God going to make your enemies the footstool as they need to be. Just keep on focusing on you. You can't focus on other people. You can't. You can't compare yourself to other people. You can't. I love everything about me, even on my worst days, because this is me. I love that song. Take me as I am, or have nothing at all. I think that was Mary J. But definitely, I taught my daughter how to accept herself, accept flaws and all. Because we all are uniquely made. Ashe.